Yo, my folks. What's going on? It's another one. Real reasonings with verbs. We're here, man. I hope everybody's good. And I hope the heat wave is not making you feel too uncomfortable and too sticky. Because, I don't know, man. I like the sun, but the stickiness is mad. Pause. It's mad. Especially at night. But I hope all of you people that are listening are coping well, enjoying it as best as you can, and pacing and steadying yourself out there, you get me? And just a quick big up to all those who support me and what I do. It's not easy being motivated all the time to make content, but at the same time, when the spirit catches me and I feel like the content that I can make can raise awareness or make people think or is something that people can relate to, I love it when I get feedback. And I have to big up all the people who get in contact with man and let me know what they feel or let me know how they feel about the content. And some of them even come up with ideas and suggestions, you know? Big up all of you, man. And especially big up my brother, Mr. Bags. Yeah, I have to give you a special shout out still because you're always in my DM, bruv. Like, giving me bare suggestions and sending me bare videos for ideas and stuff like that. And you know what kind of journey I'm on, as well as the others, but especially you. If you don't know Mr. Bags does content where he feels that, well, he's personally told me that in school, Black history wasn't taught effectively enough. So his page is dedicated to Black history and he posts a lot about, you know, famous Black figures, or infamous, I should say, who don't really get mentioned and don't really get the credit they deserve. And he brings awareness to Black history on his page. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go and follow Mr. Bags, man. That's my brother. But, yeah, man, I had an epiphany for this reasoning today. And I feel like this is something that I wanted to kind of talk about, but also share. And it might be seen as a bit of encouragement as well for those that are listening. Yeah, man. For all you that are listening, you might be able to take something from it. Maybe you've gone through it already and I'm late, but it's always good to talk, innit? Like the old BT advert used to say. I want to talk about, you know, when you go on a journey and you make changes in your life for the better. And one of the changes that I've made for myself, and I'm a year in, I would say, yeah, roughly a year in, although I was contemplating making this specific change from longer than that, is I locked people off. I cut them out of my life. Enough was enough. Truly, enough was enough. There comes a time when you're around people all the time, and when you're around them, it's like you're constantly being given the short straw. Yeah. And mistreatment happens. I'm not saying I'm no victim, because it's not that. And if I was, to be honest with you, I think it would be my due diligence to say that I was a victim. You know what? No, I'm going to say I was a victim. I'm going to say I'm a victim. I'm going to say that. When people manipulate you and you don't really realize that you're being manipulated because you have a high level of respect, or you think you have a high level of respect for certain people, and then you realize the whole entire time it was a myth, it was a lie, it was a facade, it was fake, it was plastic, it was silicone, it was all of that. You realize, or I've realized, that, you know what, this shit ain't real. And this shit ain't normal. That's the most important part. So I cut them off. Not one or two, a few. And I would say, for me, it's the best fucking decision of my life. It makes me a little bit frustrated that I didn't make this decision a long time ago.
I'm saying politely, can you give me the tip?
Because when you're around people that you think have your best interest at heart, and they do things throughout your friendship or your relationship, they do things that you question it, but you think, you know what, that's just them. And you excuse it. You don't realize that you play a heavy part in the dysfunctional circle. Now, people have probably heard me talk about this dysfunction thing quite a few times because I've done a few episodes on it before, but delivered it in different ways about different circumstances. And I'll probably reference those later on. But yeah, you realize you're part of a dysfunctional circle. And then there was a moment where two of the people, one said something that was, I just saw it as, you know what, this time something clicked. A spark happened within my mind. And it was their usual behavior, but this time when they done it, it made me say, nah, you know what, this isn't a thing where I'm going to say it's just them now. This is a thing where this is damn right disrespectful. This is a thing where you're taking the piss. This is a thing where you actually don't care. This is a thing where you actually don't rate me. That's how deep I'm going to get with it. And the next person that did something, this is a thing where you don't value me. This is a thing where you don't have no respect for me like I have a level of respect for you. This is a thing where you think you can do what you want to do and draw me out, and you think that I'm still supposed to come around you again. When now I'm fighting my own inner demons when you've done this thing, and it made me feel like I should respond with immediate violence, which is what I'm perfectly capable of doing. But I realized this time I got too much to lose. I warned them, don't get me wrong, but I've got too much to lose. You haven't got nothing to lose. And it was at that moment it made me realize these people, I'm just going to say it straight, they haven't really got nothing going on.
My God!
And that's not me looking down on them or belittling them or going on like I'm bigger than anybody, because I'm pretty humble, you know. And the things I do for myself, I don't chuck in people's face. So I have quite a good career going on. I'm well known within a certain industry. People know my name. People sing my praises in my industry. I have significant knowledge. I have qualifications, and I aim to get more. But when I look at these people who are supposed to be looking out for my best interest, I realize that these people have never taken a moment to say, you know what? I see what you're doing. Big up to you. I'm proud of you. They ain't never said that. Not once. Whereas when they do something good, not massive or nothing, but when they do something good, even if it's very small, I will say to them, you know what? Nah, well done, man. You done good. And that spark made me realize it's time to go.
Do you understand?
It's time to eject myself out of this whole equation. Best decision I ever made.
Can you give me the tip?
If anybody out there is listening and you have people around you, don't matter who they are. Doesn't matter who they are. And when I say that, I mean doesn't matter if it's your friend, doesn't matter if it's your partner, doesn't matter if it's your wife, your husband, your baby father, your auntie, your uncle, your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, whoever, work colleague, neighbor, whoever. If you're close to a set of people and you're always around them, or you're around them a lot, or you speak to them a lot, you communicate with them a lot, and you get this epiphany, you get this spark, you get this moment, your brain is magical, you know. It's fucking magical. I can't emphasize that enough. Your brain will activate one day when you least expect it and just set everything in stone for you. It will tell you, hold on a minute, blood. This whole thing, this whole relationship, this whole friendship, this whole familyship, this whole neighborship, this whole work colleagueship that you've had, this behavior that they've done just now, this isn't something that you can just skip over like it's the next track on Spotify. This is not one of those things. This is deep now, and it's time for you to recognize it. And that's God within as well. That's God showing you that, yo, wake up. Time to move on. And like I said, I'm a year in. And it's been easier than I thought. I'm not going to lie. And I've used resources online to look into positive relationships. What positive relationships looks like, because I've grown up in dysfunction. So I wouldn't necessarily say that I knew what positive relationships looks like in its entirety. I knew of it to some extent because I have good friendships. Even though I've had to lock off a few people, but the ones that I've kept around me, they're good generally. And I recognized that those people who I had to lock off, they are not an example of positive relationships. And since I've locked them off, like I said, it's been easy and everything has just become so clear now. It's crazy how the mind works. Because when you're in something, just like a relationship, you could be in a bad relationship. When you're in a bad relationship and you're being mistreated to, somebody's speaking to you like an idiot, they're misleading you, they're lying to you, there's infidelity, there's all sorts. All sorts. When you're in it, you don't see it for what it is. It's not clear. Do you get what I'm saying? So you bounce around in that relationship, looking at those behaviors like, oh, that's just them. And you learn ways how to cope, to kind of navigate your way around those behaviors. But really and truly, if you look at it properly, when you get that epiphany, that spark, you'll realize, you know what? This is actually detrimental for me, because these people actually don't care for my well-being. They don't care for me.
I don't care.
They don't want the best for me. Or they don't want me to be good. They actually want to see me fail. I'm not even lying. They want to see you fail. They're actually sitting around you, talking to you, calling you, going out with you, maybe doing favors for you, lending you money, whatever it is. But they're sitting and watching your life and watching your relationship and watching how you set things up, your career, and they're waiting for you to bring them bad news about your life.
Why would you go back somewhere where they hoping you fall? They wishing you fail. Why would you go back somewhere where they constantly want to remind you of who you used to be? Them people back there feel like you owe them something and they ain't done nothing for you. They don't clap for you to help you get to where you trying to go. So once you get to where you trying to go, why the fuck you need to go back there? Because they didn't help you get here, homie. And if they help you got here, God damn it, you got to go back. Most of them said you wasn't going to be nothing. They've already played their part, so you don't have to go back.
And when bad news comes, or if bad news comes, you will find with these type of people that they're perfectly capable and comfortable to have a conversation with you about the bad things that you're going through, about the challenges, about the difficulties that you're going through. They're perfectly comfortable to have that conversation, and they can elaborate and talk to you for like 2-3 hours on the phone. Probably even come back on the phone and revisit the conversation again the next day when you might not even be in the mood for it. But make things that are good happen in your life and see how short that conversation is in comparison. They barely even acknowledge when you do good.
Expecting them to celebrate your win is like waiting for a grounded wolf to applaud an eagle soaring across the sky. They claimed they was too busy to applaud, but they always found the time to drag your good name through the mud. Heaven kept the exact receipts of who stood with their arms folded while the Most High was busy elevating your entire life. Finding strength in faith means you stop handing the microphone to folks who only want to broadcast their own quiet insecurities. A real king don't take off his crown just because the miserable folks in the crowd violently refuse to clap when he walks by. Let their petty silence be the background music to your next big win, child. Keep stepping tall and leave them all behind.
They are not comfortable to speak to you about when you do good and when things are going right and when you're achieving your goals and successes. They just can't do it. You have to ask yourself, why is that? You have to ask yourself, why is that? And the reality of the matter is, they don't fucking care.
What did he say?
They don't care about you. So anybody listening to this, if you've got people around you like that, I don't care what title they have or what relevance they have in your life. Like I said, it could be anybody, family, friends, your own children, your mum, your grandma, whatever, man, whatever. If you feel this from them, take action. And either distance yourself and love them from a distance, or if they're that toxic, fucking cut them off completely. People, listen me. Make sure you go on the YouTube channel, Verbz and Uncle, and press the subscribe button. Support the thing. You understand? Make the right decision for yourself. Make the right decision for your life, for your health. Because you know what? Stress kills. Mind games kills. Having negative people around you who don't give a flying fuck about you and cannot bring themselves to praise you. Demons, they kill. I spoke to one of my good brethrens about this. Who knows the people I locked off? One of my good friends. And he was honest enough to give me his feedback. And when I told him everything that's been happening from way back when to what made me decide to cut it off when I got that spark, his words was, fucking hell, Verbz, you know what? You're dealing with demons, bro. Do your thing, keep your peace, lock them off, and don't forget to pray. Do what's best for you. Bear in mind this brother, my brethren that said that to me, is from the roads, but he's very spiritual. He's very in touch with himself, but he's very honest as well. And when he said that to me, I was like, raw. Then I spoke to a few other people and told them what I got. And I haven't even told them the maddest details. That's the wickedest thing. I gave them the basics. I gave them the basics of what these people have done and how these people operate in my life. The very basics. And they were like, nah, you know what? Lock it off. Yeah, lock it off. It's no good, bro. Get rid of them. Give it the chop. Remove yourself. Distance yourself. Don't even have them people around you. I spoke to a woman that I know from social media. I'm not even going to say her name, but she knows who she is because she's been through a madness with her mum. And she refers to her mum as her womb donor. That's how deep it is, yeah? And she's strong. And she uses what she's been through to go and support other people. She's made a career out of it for herself. And she's very good. So I hope you're listening because you know that it's you I'm talking about. I don't need to say your name. But she reaches out to me and gives me pure encouragement, pure upliftment all the time without fail. Voice notes, text messages, all sorts of reminders. An incredible woman. And it makes me realize, you know what? There are people who don't know me. And the same goes for you, anybody listening that's going through the same situation. There are people out here who don't know you, you know, and you'll connect to them through social media, through mutual friends. And you may only know them for like a few minutes, but the love that they will show you and the encouragement that they will give to you and the acknowledgement and the respect is a lot more better than some of these bastards that you know in your life who are mind gaming you and mistreating you and don't want your life to ever result to any good. It's a sad state of affairs, man. It's really sad. It's frustrating, you know. And since I've locked them off, like I said, I found my peace. I'm not gonna lie. I have found my peace. I thought it was gonna be a lot more difficult, but I have found my fucking peace. I'm on a journey. And during this journey now, do you know what the maddest thing is? Since I've locked them off, and it's been a year now, I would say up until the last 3 months, yeah, I would say that with the resources that I've been using, watching videos about what positive relationships looks like and negative relationships, what that looks like, and the behaviors that are involved in negative relationships, the manipulation, the lies, the lack of respect, all of these things, yeah. Since I've used resources to look into this and I'm going about my daily business, work, just out in public, social media, the dysfunction has become clear to me than ever before. And this is why I keep going on about it. So clear. Dysfunction jumps out at me now and screams even when I'm not looking for it. The red flag lights up even in the daytime. It just illuminates and shows me, you know what, you might not even be looking for me, but here I am. And there's somebody over there doing certain things. And it just says, Rod, my mind just says that's dysfunctional. And I'm seeing it a lot more quicker than how I was seeing it before. It's like when you're in a relationship, innit? I was in a relationship once with a woman. And this is before I met the partner who I have now. She's amazing, by the way. But I was in a relationship with a woman before and she cheated. I'm just going to say it straight. Shit happens. Before her, in my mind, I was uncheatable. Nobody can cheat on me. Women are into me. All that kind of stuff. Ego shit. Typical man ego shit. But the best thing that happened to me in terms of relationships was her cheating on me.
You got bun? Yeah, another bun. They get the whole bakery. Patty, cocoa bread, tutti fruit, plantain tart, bun and cheese.
Yeah, it hurt at the time. It was disappointing at the time. I was distraught, mash up for months. But that was the first relationship that I took my time to keep myself to myself. I had girls around me, or women around me, I should say, wife or girls. I had women around me that were dating me, but I told them that it's nothing serious. I'm just on company thing. I just want company, we chill out, we have a laugh, we go places, spend time and whatever. Some of them I got acquainted with, you know what I mean by acquainted. They were happy for it, but I let them know from the offset that it's not no serious thing because I'm not in that mindset. And some of them I let them know that I don't consider them because I'm just upfront. I don't consider you to be wife material, but I don't mind your time. And if we're going to do something and we do it safely, then cool. You get me? Yeah? And that's what I did. When I came out of that now, and I felt like I did what I was supposed to do in working for myself and figuring out where that relationship went wrong. Because the cheating that happened to me, I wouldn't say it was my fault. There was elements of me, I'm not going to lie, that didn't help because I had a bit of a stubborn side. Do you get me? I was a bit shit with showing emotions in a proper way. Hence why I said earlier that, I had to learn what a positive relationship looks like. And this ex-partner spoke to me about it. And after we spoke, she didn't bring it up again, but she ended up cheating. When she cheated, and I caught her with the umbre, I didn't catch them having sex, by the way. But when that happened, it did something magical to me. And that's why I say, you know what, that was probably one of the best experiences of my life in terms of relationship, because it took me from, say, being stage 3 ready to stage 8 ready. So out of 10 before I was a 3, and now out of 10, I believe I'm roughly like a 7 or an 8, so it threw me up a few notches. But what was magical that happened to me was the whole way that she cheated, the whole way that I caught her, my mind took itself back. This is when I had my private moments, when I was keeping myself to myself. My mind was able to think. It's very important that you're able to be in silence by yourself, because your brain will work wonders when you're in silence by yourself. And it will show you things that might be painful, but it will push you up to the next level because now you have knowledge, significant knowledge, and you learn do's and don'ts and where you can improve, and you learn about yourself and how to elevate yourself. But let me get back to my point. My mind showed me that there was a lot of lies before from that woman. So much lies. And what it did, It made me identify her lies, her behavior, her tricks that she used in order to get herself away from me and be around these men, in order to make herself unavailable and use things like work as an excuse and be around other men. It wasn't one man she cheated on me with. I caught her with one, but there was multiple. And when I dated after her, I was able to find the woman who I have now, because before I got with the woman that I had now, I was talking to a few women and I was able to easily identify shit women that weren't ready. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to say it straight. I was easily able to identify shit women that weren't ready for a relationship and were on tricks and games just like that ex-woman that I was with. My mind was able to identify the behaviors real quick and I weren't looking for them. It just happened. And I guess it's like a form of like PTSD or trauma. Like, it's a trauma response, innit? When I was being cheated on at the time, and then now I'm trying to find a new relationship, my trauma responses showed me all the signs from early, because my mind went into fight or flight when I had to be around another woman who potentially could have been my girlfriend. Ain't that crazy?
Being cheated on is so traumatizing to the point where it feels like your brain chemistry is being rewired. And now you're just so aware of all these little things that you never paid attention to, but that's so important that you have to pay attention to now. It's like, now you understand what people are really capable of. That kind of betrayal gotta ruin your nervous system or something. Because it's the most gut-wrenching feeling ever. It's like, now you'll never look at nobody the same. It's like every time you interact with somebody, your guard is automatically up. You notice every microaggression and lie. It's almost like nobody can lie to you. The moment something is said that doesn't even seem true or genuine, it's like you just pick up on it and you know it's bullshit.
Well, that's how the mind works. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with this. Cutting myself away from these people for a year, locking them off. I see dysfunction so quickly. Even when I'm on TikTok and certain people are on TikTok doing the most, whether it's subtly or whether it's outlandishly, I can see this is dysfunctional behavior, bruv.
Another thing, a good sign to know that you're healing is when you can recognize dysfunctional behavior and you don't want anything to do with it. You don't want to fix it. You don't want to solve it. You don't want to change them. You don't want to take any part in it because you realize that is not your concern. That is not your job. You did your work. They have to do their own work within themselves. Okay, so continue to mind your business and continue to heal and hang out with people who are also doing the work. That's it.
Yeah, I can see it so clearly. I can see it clearly now. The rain has gone like Jimmy Cliff, bruv. I can see it. It just jumps out at me. And I'm realizing that the reason why it's jumping out at me like this is because I'm on my journey and I'm removing myself from the dysfunctional behavior and I'm identifying what dysfunctional behavior looks like and I'm becoming functional. Because of it, I'm on the journey of becoming functional. Functional behavior is like, it's in front of me and my fingertips are close to it. It's reachable. I'm stretching for it. That's what it is. And dysfunctional behavior is way in the background. I haven't touched functional behavior yet, but I'm so close. And I've done what I need to do. And I've looked into resources and stuff like that and used them for my own benefit, mentally, physically, spiritually. And like I said, when I'm on TikTok or when I'm around certain people, I just see certain behaviors. And what tends to happen now is I'm beginning to remove myself from other people who present dysfunctional behaviors. Not that I'm better than them, but I'm on an upward trajectory where I can't waste another moment of my life being around people who just don't get what it means to be comfortable, stable, and happy. I can't be around these people. I reconnected with one of my brethren. This was earlier this year I reconnected with him. One of my brethren from way back when. We was on the road together. He's fully on the road. He's gone prison and I ain't gone prison. he's been in prison multiple times. I reconnected with him through social media. And me and him was talking, and we was talking about back in the day. I don't mind talking about back in the day when I was on the road and doing certain little things. And I'm not talking about it in terms of bragging and boasting. It's just reminiscent, innit? It's your childhood. And you identify where you've developed, because when you speak about those things, I'm looking at it like, yeah, I couldn't believe that I was doing those kind of things. I've come a long way. Him now, he's looking at it like, it's still that. That's what he's still on. We're grown now, by the way. And that's how he's talking. And he then started to give me ultimatums here and there. Like when he's talking to me about certain things to do with what some of the man them have been getting up to on road, or what this geezer that we knew who's recently gone to jail and been on the news, or his stories flying over social media and stuff like that. He's asking me my opinion. My opinion on it is the truthful opinion. If the person's wrong, they're wrong. I'm going to say it. But I'm also looking at it from a professional perspective as well, because the line of work that I do involves rehabilitation. That's one of the jobs. So when I'm responding to him in this way, it's like he can't take it. He then starts to refer to me as a 9-to-5er. Like it's a negative thing, you know. A 9-to-5er, blood, can you believe it? And he was saying to me things like, when I knew you before, you was on the road. You was on it. You was on job. You'd switch. You could handle yourself. And now you're talking like you're a full-time 9-to-5er. Yeah, I get it. You got family and stuff like that. But once the road is a part of you, it will always be a part of you. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. Then he's giving me ultimatum, saying to me, you have to be one or the other. Choose what you want to be, man. And he's talking aggressive. Every time I spoke to this guy, his whole tone was aggressive. Now, I got bare love for this guy and bare respect for this guy, you know. But you see, in the journey where I'm at now, the place where I'm at now, my brain can't take that, bruv. That's dysfunctional. You're going to pull me back in to a place that's low vibrational. In fact, you already are, with the conversations that we're having, because of your responses. Your responses are dysfunctional responses. And you're trying to get me to behave like you. I can't be around now. And my brain was like, nah, you know what? As much as you got respect for him, because I still do. If you're listening, because you might hear this as well, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. But I got mad respect for you. I got mad love for you. Pause. But you see your dysfunctional behavior, your aggressive nature that's switched on 24/7. You see me, bro? I can't be around that. That vibration is mad for me. It's so mad that every time I came off the phone to you and I'm trying to talk calm and you're talking aggressive and loud, I had a headache. Piercing headache, bruv. That's how mad it was. How can I put myself around now? So when I spoke to him, literally just months after I locked off the people them who I locked off, my brain was like, nah, you can't cut off one set of people, reconnect with him, and now he's bringing you madness as well. He's bringing you dysfunction. Get rid of him. And he messaged me and I just stopped responding. And the reason why I stopped responding is because I got respect for him. I don't want to cuss him out. I could have, but I don't want to cuss him out. I got mad respect for him. And I even see that he attempted to apologize to me and stuff like that. But you can't talk to me a certain way and present certain behaviors and fuck up my vibrations and my frequency and my spirit. And then apologize and expect me to feel that if I reconnect with you and accept your apology, you're going to change your whole persona, your whole character, your whole delivery, your whole dysfunction. You're going to throw it all in the bin, change it, come back positive, and we're going to talk on a positive frequency, a higher frequency. You're not going to do that. So if you're not going to do that, which is the reality, I can't be around you. I just can't do it. Do you get what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm watching people subconsciously, well, consciously, but my mind subconsciously is deciphering things and making its own decisions. And it's showing me that there's a lot of dysfunction out there. So much dysfunction, you know. And like I said, I'm not trying to go on like I'm better than anybody, but I would just encourage anybody out there to make the right decision for themselves. You don't have to lock people off completely. You could do it in a different way. You can distance yourself until your mental cup is full. And when you go around certain people who are low vibrational, because your mental cup is full before you go around them, so you stay away from them for a month or two until it gets to its full capacity. And then when you go around them, your mental cup is drained by them, but it only goes down halfway rather than all the way empty. And then you go away and stay away from them for how many months again and make it get full up again. If you value them that much, then do it that way. Do you get what I'm saying? Or love them from a distance and speak to them on the phone here and there. You might not want to be around them in person because they're dysfunctional, and their dysfunctional, low vibrational frequencies fuck up yours and leave you carrying some dark energy. If that makes sense. Do it your way. But if they're really getting to you, it's been going on for a long time and you've spoken to them about it and they're just still doing what they're doing, you may have to consider locking them off. Because I'm telling you, you'll grow. You'll gain more knowledge. Definitely. You will see dysfunction a lot more clearer, which is like the perfect defense mechanism for you, because now, because you can identify it from early, you can remove yourself from it from early, which means ultimately you're happier mentally. When you're happier mentally, you're probably going to be happier physically or be in better physical shape. And you're definitely not going to become sick, because these people drain you so much that you become mentally and physically sick. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your time at all. Do you get what I'm saying? So I would strongly encourage anybody to make a decision. Value yourself. If people can't value you and they haven't got your best interests at heart, what are you keeping them around for? Why? This decision that I've made to cut off these people, I'm going to cut off more. In fact, I already have, because there's people that hang around with them that I know who are mutual, that are on the same frequency. And if they're batting for them, you don't have to pick a side. Fuck that. You can be mutual. But if you come to my side, make sure you're in a higher vibration and you're not carrying stuff over there to fuel the fire again. If you're like that, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off. I promise. I don't care what title you are. In fact, some of you are already cut off and you don't even know it yet because you haven't even attempted to reach out. But if you do, I'm going to ban your skin. Not physically, but I'm going to ban your skin verbally. I'm going to tell you what it is. And you can deny it, but my mind's made up. I'm not at a stage where you can mind game me and convince me of any different. Because if I heard from you before, even if it was once a year, and throughout this whole year now that I've locked off these people, I haven't even heard from you or got a voice note from you or got a WhatsApp message from you or anything. You're gone. You're out of here, mate. And you know the wickedest thing is, these people, they talk about me, you know. I feel it in my spirit. Like I said, my whole spirit now is sensitive. So it knows, it feels when people are moving funny, because my spirit is there as a part of my protection. And these people, they talk about me. They try to stain my name with all kinds of bullshit and foolishness. I know it. But if I spoke about them, Jesus, sorry, Lord, for saying your name in vain. But if I spoke about them, about the things I've heard from other people about these lot, and about the things I've seen in the past, but I haven't said anything, if I played their game and spoke about them, I would absolutely ruin every single one of them. I promise you. I would ruin them to the point of no fucking return. And this is why I can't be around these people, because I've chosen not to respond by talking about them and drawing out their thing. They will be astonished at the things I know about them. They would. But I've chosen to keep my peace because I'm in a peaceful place. You can't draw me out. But if they continue to chat shit, you might just make me just say, fuck it. And say what I'm saying. And if I do, boy, it's peak for you. But nah, I'm not going to do that. Because you know what that is? That's a draw out thing. I will allow them to be drawing me out if I do that. So I'm going to stick with my peace. I'm going to stay disciplined. But I'm also going to keep them out of my life for good. I'm just saying, if I did speak, I'd ruin them completely. There'd be no returning for them. They may as well dig a hole themselves and all jump in there and cover themselves back up with the dirt and just stay there until they and they go and enter the spiritual realm downstairs, not even upstairs, downstairs where there's burning hellfire. That's what they may as well do if I started speaking, but I'm not going to. Because I'm a good guy. And everybody out there knows that I'm a good guy. And your bullshit that made me cut you off, to me, shows that that's a part of my goodness. Because that might sound mad, it might sound extreme, but it shows how good I am, because I can't put myself around people who are idiots. I can't put myself around people who destroy other people and get kicks out of destroying other people. I can't put myself around people who want to be the main character. I can't put myself around people who are jealous of other people. I can't put myself around these people. I can't put myself around slithering snakes. I just can't do it, bruv. I don't deserve that. And I won't accept it. I won't tolerate it. So people, this is a passionate rant from me today, you know. But if you're listening and you got people like this around you, do what you need to do. The journey is a beautiful journey. To be able to get closer to being in complete peace is beautiful. And the next thing, when you do it as well, that should be an incentive. If you're contemplating it, based off of what I said, you might be contemplating it anyway. But what I've said may have put you in a position where you are now saying, no, I'm actually going to do it now. When you have these people around you, you are meant to receive blessings. These people that are around you that don't care for you and do not want you to win, don't want to see you be successful, they're jealous of you, they block your blessings. So you will find that any form of success and achievement that was due for you won't come. I promise you. And it won't come because you have them around. They're like a negative force field, where because they sit down, they don't tell you this, but because they sit down and they're like, oh God, I hope she does not achieve her GCSEs, or I hope he doesn't achieve his degree, or I hope he doesn't get that job, or I hope she doesn't get that salary raise. They block your blessings, bruv, because they're so toxic with it. That negative force field just goes around you, and any blessings just come, hit the force field and bounce off. The force field ain't gonna fade out until you remove these people. As soon as you remove them, you watch your blessings come and land right in your lap. I promise you, you'll be showered with blessings beyond belief. Because these people are demons and blessing blockers, and you need to get rid of them, or you need to distance yourself from them so that you are able to live the life of peace and life of success that you're supposed to achieve. Because you need to be surrounded by people who celebrate you in the same manner that you celebrate them. You need to be in a group who celebrates each other. If you haven't got that around you, then your life is not the way that it's supposed to be. I hope you get this message. I hope you understand. People, big up yourselves. And I hope this message resonates to you. I really hope it does. Because this subject that I'm talking about is personal to me, but at the same time, I believe that my personal situations or people's personal situations, if they discuss it and put it out as content, it's going to reach out and touch people. It's going to inspire people. It's going to encourage people. And it's going to make them realize, you know what? I'm going through this. I need to make the change. I need to take a leaf out of their book and better my life. And that might only be one person. But if content that I do like this saves one person, then as far as I'm concerned, it's done its job. I'm Verbz, and I'm gone.